So, the Resilient Jenkins are out here on social media pretending like it's therapy, couples therapy. And you know what? I can put my finger on what 80% of their problems are social media. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Ashtootrippy and I love talking about true crime, conspiracy theories, and gossip. And sometimes we blur lines in between all three. But today we're talking about the Resilient Jenkins, or I like to call them the Despicable Jenkins, just because they show us every single day that they're not only horrible parents, but they're also horrible partners. Now, I have made videos on the whole Deshaun scenario with Drew and Deshaun's mother. They have gone to court. If you guys want to watch that and you don't want to go through all my TikTok videos, I do have it up over on my YT channel, so go and check it out. But yesterday, there was quite a lot of stuff going on in the Jenkins world. So Stephanie, she had posted a Facebook post saying basically that she's tired of constantly telling Drew to change and he's not changing, and basically blaming him for the fact that they're homeless and blaming him also for the whole debacle about the cats. If you guys don't know the cat situation, oh, go look it up. You'll have fun. Anyways, she has expressed these feelings more than one time. On one instance, she actually admitted to rage baiting the internet about it. But we all knew collectively that that was not a rage bait, that was real emotions coming through. But she had to say it was rage bait so they can work on their relationship. And since then, she's been telling people that they're working on it, that they have problems just like every other couple. But honey, not every other couple comes online to not only vent to everybody online and tell them everything and do a live where it's not subscriber only, which is what they mainly do, but then to sit there and say that he went ahead and left with his son Deshaun, but then he came back and you guys are talking on live. Now, it looked like Drew was also on live. I don't know if somebody can confirm that with me, but it did look like both of them were on live talking through their problem or lack thereof. Because if you guys didn't notice this, Drew doesn't talk very much. I don't even know how Stephanie even started a conversation with him, because he doesn't seem like he converses very much. And Stephanie kind of just holds back all her feelings because she knows that not only people are watching, but also Drew cares about the people that are watching. It's obvious. But there's a few really telling things that happen. So one, at one point, Stephanie basically says, you know, it makes me really upset that you don't care about losing D. Something to that effect. D being Deshaun, his son that they currently have. And we already know that his oldest son, who is with the creator Nails with Arlita, that he was held in contempt of court for not paying child support for, he did not have a problem leaving him either. So I think Stephanie is starting to kind of realize that this is a pattern for Drew. And you know what Drew's gonna do? Drew's gonna leave her with those two kids as well. Now, she also talks about how hard it is to just leave because she would be displacing her children. Her children would question things and she wouldn't know how to do that without anything and all this stuff. She basically brings all this stuff to the table that isn't really relevant, because what she could do is go to her mother. Because in all honesty, I don't believe her mother is as bad as Drew is, in my opinion. Now, the other huge thing that bothered me about this whole thing, because Stephanie went live, he left, she went live again, they went live together, like it was a whole thing, and she was making videos, right? But through this whole thing, she admits to her oldest daughter, who just celebrated a birthday nonetheless, that basically she's always in the middle. Now, that disturbs me to no end, because I was once a little girl that was always in the middle of my parents, because my parents did not get along, hence why they're divorced. That breaks my heart, because that shows us that that little girl is being traumatized. So is her sister. So are all the other kids that are in that home, because they're always fighting. Stephanie said she only gets irritated when she's fighting with Drew. Her kids do not irritate her. And I 100% believe that. But part of that is that Drew irritates her so much is because she wants him to be somebody that he's absolutely not. Not to mention that these two have not gone on an actual date by themselves since they've been dating. And that's where you start a relationship off on the wrong foot. She also talks about how she just can't handle the hate. There's so much stress, all this stuff. Well, honey, if you can't handle the hate, don't post the things. It's as simple as that. Take a break, get away. We get that you make money on TikTok, but it's easier. But you also know what's really easy to do is to get and find and do a regular 9-to-5 job, which Stephanie also brought up to Drew, and he was not happy about it. He said, I'm not getting a normal job. Point blank, period. And this is exactly what happens to people that put their life on social media and expect nobody else to have an opinion about it, especially when they're posting things that are questionable and their decisions are not for their children, but for themselves.